Hi, I'm Old Norse specialist Dr. Jackson Crawford. I teach at the University of Colorado Boulder, previously at UC Berkeley and UCLA, and I'm a translator of Norse myths and sagas. There's more Old Norse literature to translate than I could ever possibly publish, but one thing that I'm trying to do on this channel is also make available to you my translations of short excerpts of different interesting works from Old Norse that bear on our understanding of Norse mythology or early pre-Christian Norse religion. And one very interesting short excerpt comes from Book 4 of Landnámabók, or Landnámabók in modern Icelandic, the Book of the Settlers. This is a non-fiction title written at about the same time as the earliest sagas that purports to list where different people settled in Iceland when they came from Norway, fleeing the tyranny of Harald Fairhair, according to the sort of legendary version of Icelandic history. And in Book 4 of Landnámabók, as preserved in the manuscript called Hauksbók, or Hugsbók in modern Icelandic pronunciation, we have an excerpt from the beginning of the Old Heathen Laws, in heiðnu lög, as it is called in this text. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to read for you the beginning of the Old Heathen Laws as preserved in Landnámabók, and this is all that's preserved. The text goes right back to describing who settled where, so I'm not holding anything back from you here. I'm going to read in Old Norse first, in Old Norse pronunciation, reconstructed medieval pronunciation, not the modern Icelandic pronunciation you'll often hear from other people who talk about Old Norse. I have a lot of videos about that you can check out. There will be a card in the top right you can follow for more information about it. And if you'd like to skip the Old Norse reading, just look for the timestamp on the screen that'll tell you where to go for the English. So here's the Old Norse, the beginning of the Old Heathen Laws of Iceland. Það var upphaf inna heiðnu laga, að menn skyldu eigi hafa höfuðskip í haf, en ef þeir hefði, þó skyldi þeir aftaka höfuð, áður þeir komi í landshun, og sigla eigi að landi með gapandi höfðum eða gínandi trjónum, svo að landvættir fælisk við. Baugur, tvíóringur eða meiri, skyldi liggja í hverju höfuðhófi og stalla. Þann baug skyldi hver góði hafa á hendi sér til lögþinga allra, þegar hann skyldi sjálfur hoja, og rjóða hann þar áður í róðru nátsblóðs þess, hann blótaði þar sjálfur. Hver svo maður þar þurfti lögskil af hendi að lausa að dómi, skyldi áður eið-vinna að þeim baugi og nefna sér votta tvo eða fleiri. Nefni ekk í það vætti, skyldi hann segja, að ekk vinn eið að baugi, lögeið. Hjálpi mér svo fröer og njörður og in allmátki oss, sem ekk mun svo sók þessa sökja, eða verja eða vitni bera, eða kviðu eða döma, sem ekk veit réttast og sannast og helst að logum, og ólog með skil af hendi lausa, þá undir mig koma, meðan ekk á þessu þingi. Þó var landinu skipt í fjórðunga, og skyldu vera 3 þing í fjórðungi, en 3 höfuðhof í þingsokken hverri. Þar voru menn valdir til að geyma hofana að viti og réttlæti. Þeir skyldu nefna dóma á þingum og stýra sakfelli, því voru þeir góðarkalladir. Hver maður skyldi gefa toll til hofs, sem nú til kirkju tíund. All right, now the English translation of the Old Heathen Laws from Landnámabók. The beginning of the Heathen Laws stated that men ought not to have a ship with a head on the bow. But if they did have one, they must take the head off before they came inside of land, and not sail to land with gaping-mouthed heads or with snarling faces that might frighten the land spirits. Landvættir. An armoring, weighing 2 ounces or more, must be located on the altar in every main temple. The Gothi must wear this ring on his arm to every law thing where he presided, and he must redden it beforehand in the blood of a steer which he had sacrificed in that place. And every man who had a legal matter to resolve at that thing must first swear an oath on that arm ring and name 2 or more witnesses. And he must say, I name witnesses to this, that I swear an oath on the arm ring, a law oath. Help me Froy and Njord and the Almighty One of the Aesir, as I prosecute this case, or make my defense, or bear witness, or make a statement, or judge as correctly and truly and lawfully as I know how. And may all legal matters I am involved with be resolved lawfully while I am at this thing. At this time the land was divided in quarters, and there were 3 things in each quarter, and 3 main temples in each thing district. That was where men were chosen as caretakers for the temples by their wisdom and righteousness. They must name judges at the things, and direct the presenting of legal cases. That is why they were called Gothies. And each man had to pay a tribute to the temple, just as they now tithe to the church. Now this is intriguing material, and perhaps nothing is more intriguing than the oath to be taken on the arm ring by the help of the god Freyr and the god Njordr, both of them Vanir gods, as well as in Almotki Os, the Almighty One of the Aesir. Which Aesir god is designated as the Almighty One is actually fairly difficult to know, because you can make a pretty good case for Odin or for Thor, who was more popular and generally regarded as, well, if you look at the adjectives he's described with, perhaps more of a mighty figure versus the more aloof, more distant Odin. So, interesting material, and I hope that has been a somewhat interesting or informative presentation of this translation for you. I hope that if you haven't, you'll check out my published translations of the Poetic Edda and the Saga of the Volsungs, as well as my upcoming Wanderer's Havamal, which will be the ultimate guide to Havamal, containing the Old Norse text, 2 English translations by me, and a commentary on the Old Norse text. And I hope you'll check out my Patreon, where people who enjoy these free videos help me out a lot by donating small amounts every month to help me keep it going. They get an Old Norse word of the day. They get some other little perks here and there. So, for now, anyway, from beautiful Colorado, I'm wishing you all the best.
Now jump. Send it. River send.
Hi, I'm Old Norse Specialist Dr. Jackson Crawford. And when I want all the best out of a morning in Crawford country, I reach for a cup of Uncompahgre coffee. All the better from beautiful Colorado. I'm wishing you all the best.